Why are you clearing your throat?
Just to make sure that my raspy voice goes.
Yesterday, Shingai laughed at you and you were singing.
Why? Where was I singing?
You were singing the national anthem.
On the live? Did I sound horrible?
Okay, you're great singing, baby.
Okay,
we don't need to do it again. Next time we'll just get the police band audio. Yay!
Hey, see that cake you gave us yesterday, my
nigga. We're coming back for more.
That
cake is lit.
Moogie, what up? Patricia, baby. Lucky, what's up? Jackson, deep, baby. Henry Ohakula Ndaba, my ex-Tano. Chido Oga. Terrence, what up? Onwell, what up? It's Tano, I want a refund, my nigga. You niggas took a lot of money from me, baby.
Hey, once a Tano, always a Tano.
You think? What up, everybody? How you guys doing? It's a beautiful day. Happy Easter.
Happy Good Friday.
Happy Good Friday.
Yeah.
You know, I asked Chef Bay in the morning, I said, if I leave for Bulawayo at 3 o'clock p.m. on a Friday, and I come back at 3 o'clock p.m. on a Sunday, how many days is it? And she goes, it's 2 days.
So but you can't ask a mathematician that, babe. I literally just did like a whole 24 hours.
How did Jesus raise after 3 days?
Day in Israel was the sun sets, we see the sun 1 day. It sets, we see the sun 2 days. It sets, we see the sun
3 days.
Exactly.
Okay.
So they had seen the sun rise that day and then it set day one.
What up, guys? Today we're talking about, hey, British, what's happening? Listen, we're talking about the POVO. The POVO launch, the magnificent, phenomenal launch of the party, the Pastor Evan Mawarire party called POVO.
It's not a Pastor Evan Mawarire party, guys. It's a coalition. It's a coalition of independents.
Okay, so
I want to promise you guys one thing. Me, I'm going to trace all those 11 people, because I'm a Harare resident, and then we're going to have them on the show one by one. And understand their independence, understand that what they're offering. Because Matros Atachiwa now, all the way from Victoria Falls, Carl had something to say about our council. Like, guys.
Well, listen.
Do we even know who's the mayor of Vic Falls? He should do that.
No, but okay, what is the meaning of is Fadzi in it? British, the straight answer is no. So
independent.
How are you an independent coalition of councillors running under the same banner?
Okay, so listen.
Is it not an oxymoron?
Wait, no, it's not an oxymoron. I feel like people need to just capture this. The English is the problem, so forgive us. It's people who ideally would have ran as independent candidates, but there's need to share resources, need to share ideas, and need to what? To come from one angle to win something. So how do we become together but maintain independence?
Okay,
right? So they are a group of people, coalition of independent individuals with independent thinking, but sharing ideas and sharing a brand.
Okay, so yesterday, did you see independence? Because you were there at the launch with me. Did you see an independent council of people, or did you see a party? Because I saw a party, I saw a party with this official spokesman and people who are wearing the same attire with the same message and the same plans. So they might as well be a party.
Well, they could be a party, babe. But like what I'm saying that...
Hey, Munya Blogo, what up? Munya Blogo was there, I think, as well.
Wait.
At Independence. Go on. I'm just greeting our listeners.
Oh, hi, Munya. You distracted my line of thought.
Okay.
Firstly, POVO hasn't said anything. We haven't even gotten a chance to talk to Dudu other than, hi, Dudu, congratulations for standing up.
Right.
Nobody has spoken to... okay, you speak to Henry. I haven't spoken to Henry. I haven't spoken to Trust. I haven't spoken to Marshall and asked his plan, his vision, and why he joined POVO.
Okay.
Right? Also,
okay, so
let's credit Pastor E for not wanting to stand alone.
Yes, of course.
He didn't want to be by himself. So is
this the hope? Is this the Pastor E method of saying he doesn't want to be the leader? Is that the whole this flag problem? Remember, this flag had a real huge identity issue because he said, I am not the leader and Dimi man leaders.
Well,
because who's the head of POVO? Okay, first of all,
there's no need to have a head. They're all heads.
Guys, okay. So,
they're all playing a different role.
Okay, tell me something. There's another councillor who's doing pretty well in Ward 6 named Kuda. She's a blue brand.
Yeah.
She's got the blueprint, which is a manifesto.
Uh-huh.
She's on the streets all the time.
Yeah.
I follow all her posts every day. She's a wonderful aspirant with good ideas and a good plan.
Yeah.
Why is she not then Why is she not in POVO is the question. And if she wanted to join POVO, if she's an independent, who then selects whether she's part of POVO or not?
Exactly.
I got another question as well before I show you answer, Chef Pay. If she wants to join POVO, who then chose the people who are currently already a part of what? POVO.
So you see the beauty of all of this. Why then we decided to call it Generation Stupid? Huh? We have all these questions that we're asking each other, and there are people who are supposed to be answering these questions.
They didn't give us a chance to answer questions.
We can go live now and call Dudu and ask her to answer all those questions. Huh? They made it clear yesterday that this is the first batch of the people that they sat down with and decided to do POVO. Huh? Also, who has said that POVO, to me, what I gathered from POVO was that firstly, they didn't do research. That's the downside that I saw. Why do I say that they didn't do research? You can't be having, I'm going to say it again, and I don't care if Henry says that I'm trolling him. I am not. I'm asking a question as a citizen of this country and of this city, right? How do you have two independent candidates in Ward 8, people who are in the same social circles and somehow were meant to say it's okay?
No, it's not okay.
Right? It's not okay on a generational consensus level.
No, it's not okay.
It's not okay. Auntie, how do we have...
But when I said it to Pastor E the other day, he didn't even know that Mati was running.
That's what I'm saying. So they didn't do research, right? That's the first mistake that they made. Can they rectify that? Sure. I don't think that I should crucify them entirely for saying, you know what? They didn't do this, so they are useless. No, they are learning on the job. Go back 40 weeks ago when you started off the Fadzai Mahere campaign.
Right.
There were so many mistakes, so many things to learn on the job. Yes, election time is close, but still we don't know the election date. And as far as I know, in the next 21 days, if POVO is dead serious, Anadudu will take leave from work and be politicians day in, day out. POVO can take half of Harare City Council. And guess what? We don't necessarily need a whole POVO council. People need to learn to work with other people. So, if you have a POVO section with MDC section, with ZANU-PF section, with other independent people who did not want to join POVO by their own volition, it's fine for them not to join POVO. Auntie, when you are now in the House of Council, it's easier for you guys to share ideas and then hold it out by vote or by delegation to say no, but then this doesn't make sense. Or what you want is different voices and different ideas. You can't have them polarized, Kuti. But the party line says we must do this, then therefore.
So I go back to my question again. I'm doing just for the benefit of the listeners. Who are the people who make up the core of POVO, right? Is it like a bunch of niggas who said, okay, you're cool, let's talk, okay, you're cool, okay, you can join us? Or is it someone who said, was there a call out to say we would like people to who was the leader of that process? Because that person is the person who is the leader. So by definition, that's Henry Mnangatiri.
No, I think it's Pastor E. Well, Henry, because Pastor E wasn't going to stand by himself.
But that's probably Henry's idea.
Let's be careful. Let's be careful to use insider knowledge on this conversation.
No, it's not insider knowledge. It's not insider knowledge.
I'm checking your pulse right now. We've had private conversations with these people. Let's be careful not to then use that insider conversation, which they would like maybe to hold private. Let's not do that. Why you're saying Henry Mnangatire is because Henry Ndiane Dzunguresere unganidza vanhu. Huh? But
no,
why was? But then we all know that the term POVO did not start. No. The term POVO did not start today. It did not start today. Again, privileged conversation. There are people like Nkosana Moyo who will tell you that the term POVO, people's own voice, started a long time ago in June last year when there were some talks about having another party.
Of course, I was a part. Okay, full disclosure, I was obviously in that circle. I know what's going on.
So what I'm saying, the name can be Pastor Ease. The people gathered can be Henry Mnangatire, but the people interested can be all of them having to stand up and then having found each other.
Let me tell you why I say Henry Mnangatire this way. Because first of all, I think as a young man, he stays in the background too much. But I need people to understand that Henry is the guy who, if me and Pastor E, you know, ex-wife, my nigga, ex-wife and Pastor E's wives were homies, right?
Yeah.
So me and Pastor E used to hang out a lot because our wives at the time were friends. But we never linked on that kind of vibe. The person who got us together to start working on this flag was Henry Mnangatire.
So let's agree.
And that's because I worked with Henry Mnangatire.
Can we agree also? Can we agree? So Henry is a binding agent.
He's a political.
Yeah, he's a gatherer. He's a gatherer. Yeah, let's call him the binding agent.
We don't give him enough I mean, people, a lot of times people say, I'm that person. But what they don't realize is that, yes, I'm a connector, but there's actually political connectors out there far more capable. And someone like Henry Mnangatire doesn't get enough credit, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, again, maybe it's also one thing about the generation stupid that we also need to check. Sometimes you don't need to get the credit for things.
Okay.
You know, you don't need to.
Marcy is saying, what does it matter who started? No, Marcy, this is pulse check. We really interrogate everything to its minutia, and
it doesn't change anything really. But then we're just having a conversation on, let's check ourselves, because there's a lot of people, and I think most of us are inclining to say it's Pastor E's thing. Let's not placate other people who are also working towards something, because the moment you say Pastor E, there are some people who don't fuck with Pastor E. There are other people who don't, absolutely. And when I don't, I like Pastor E. He comes to our house. I like Pastor E.
He's a good nigga, right?
And I'm always starstruck when I see him, you know. But like, there are other people that we know that they don't. So to what demise would it be for our Marlborough councillor? Because once the Junja Pastor E, she doesn't get people's ear because Junja Pastor E.
So do you think Pastor E is too strong a character?
He's not. He's actually the only... you know what Pastor E was yesterday? Do you know what Pastor E was yesterday? He was the fuck you moment at the Viva rally thing. After all the niceties and the boring MC have spoken and you have had a long speech that's okay, then he came and what? And aroused people. He said the nice things that you wanted to hear.
He's the official spokesman.
He's the official spokesman. So technically, whether I want to call him a leader or not is not the point.
Okay, so another thing I noticed from yesterday's... okay, so let's just break down yesterday's event. Beautiful stage. Everybody who
aesthetics were brilliant.
The aesthetics were beautiful. Well done, POVO. Everybody was given a nice seat with covers. Everyone was given a t-shirt and a cap. It wasn't like one of those... There was no VIP.
Yeah.
So it was not like there were special people. Everyone was treated the same. I think the crowd picked up nicely there. I mean, I would have loved to see more. So let's say, for example, each councillor there had managed to get at least 20 people. There would have been 20 times 11. That's what? You're the mathematician. 120, yeah?
11, yeah. Yeah, 100.
120.
No, 20 times 11 can be 120. 120 plus 10. 131.
131, right?
Yeah.
So it was good. However, we didn't actually, because someone said, let's interrogate their policies only. We don't know their policies yet. Because yesterday was what I said to the team, the POVO team, I said, yesterday was a theater in the park. And Pastor E was on live. He was streaming live. So I think Pastor E was far more connected to his virtual POVO.
He had to.
No, but then we wanted the time to mingle with him and talk to him directly and ask questions about the party.
Okay.
Ask questions about their policies and their manifesto, right? But it seemed more like this was the theater to show people that we've done this. I guess that's when the work starts.
Let's interrogate the idea.
Like you said to me, Pastor E should have gone for higher office, MP perhaps. No, the thing is, guys, people need to understand that.
Thank you, Lucky, for that 132 correction.
132, Lucky. So people like Pastor E are in the right place because there's a lot of work that needs to be done in Harare City Council to get Harare to become the world-class city and prosperous city that we need.
Can I do someone a pulse check on that?
Someone like a Fadzai Mahere works well in MP
because she deals with the law.
She's a lawyer. She's a constitutional lawyer.
There'll never be a policy that passes through Parliament and Fadzai doesn't write a blog about it. But then people never used to read her blogs because you didn't know who she was.
No, I get it. But I mean, she's a better MP. So if Fadzai...
Yeah, she's better poised for MP. We're agreeing.
Yeah.
Can I do a pulse check about Pastor E being a councillor?
Go on.
From the day Pastor E went and said this flag, he spoke about issues that had to do with service delivery.
Yes.
Right? He spoke to a broader spectrum of people in the whole of Zimbabwe. Auntie. And he got the mileage. But the things that he spoke about things that belong to the responsibilities of council. That's why even when this flag flame had reduced, he would come back and talk about, he would wake up and see shit water in his house. And that would drive you mad. Yeah. You know what I mean? You'd hit a pothole, it would drive him mad. So him going for council was addressing the things that drive him mad on a daily basis. Regardless of the fact that he's got a wide listenership, he has to deal with the things that bother him first. How does he do that? He understands that there's his neighbors who are bothered by the same things likely. And it's okay for him to deal with those things before he can start talking about policy. He can start talking about rural construction and trying to mobilize the whole of Zimbabwe to understand where he's coming from. Maybe he should just convince his neighbors in the ward to say, Van Vamwarika, if I become your councillor, at least I'll make sure that bins are collected. It drives him absolutely mad.
Yeah, I think
it is a very perfect place for him.
Because if you look at his video since he came back from the States, he has been very concerned about council issues.
Yeah.
Why is our potholes? Why is our water so shitty? Why is, he was very, service delivery, Mabina Askutoro, he's been very passionate about Harare city issues.
Yeah.
And I think it's a perfect place for someone like Pastor E to go.
Start.
And me personally, knowing that Pastor E is going to be in Mount Pleasant constituency fighting for the rights of citizens and Mount Pleasant constituents, and Dudu's out there in Ward 7, which is also Mount Pleasant constituency, I actually feel, in a sense, a relief that we may have somebody different than Bidu, Kwaserawe, ZANU-PF in Ward 7. You know, maybe if Fadzai wins, Pastor E wins, Dudu wins, or a combination of that, we may actually have a decent Mount Pleasant team fighting for the betterment of the Mount Pleasant constituency. Now, I'm talking about my constituency selfishly, I know.
Yeah.
But then there's other, like Rasta Marshall will do a good job in his area. He's lived in fear all his life.
I think also I would like to appeal to party supporters. Mm-hmm. At times, your best ticket is to have a different president, mm-hmm. a president from a different party, an MP from a different party or independence, and a councillor from a different party and independence. Mm-hmm. Do you know what that does? They are quick when they are not doing their job to highlight Kudiningi is not doing their job, but you hold them at a different account and you stop pasting it on a bigger organization that has got bureaucracy and issues problems where you can't reach in and make an effect. Yes. Right? So for instance, a ticket again in Mount Pleasant, because it's somewhere where we're invested in, so its data and issues are more close to us. Having an MDC Alliance councillor, what's his name? The aspirant.
The aspirant, where could be?
Chero, Ward 7 or Ward 17, where MDC or Tiguzia. Anondu, Mafume. Jacob Mafume. You have your MP, our favorite, Fadzai Mahere. And even with our wildest dreams, have your president as Idim Nangago. Right? Mm-hmm. It alters how ZANU-PF infiltrates into Mount Pleasant or how they affect things.
Yes, and also,
it forces Fadzai to go to parliament with so much heat on her bum that, you know what, my people are not necessarily grinding with your ZANU-PF guard, so she's going to have to talk.
Yes.
Jacob Mafume has to get into council and say, I'm not doing a party line or an alliance line here, people. My people are not a party line people. They will tell you that our MP is saying, Guans, you can't be not in council and saying the same issues that we're talking to you about. You will lose your seat. And guess what? There's a precedence that we set in November 19. People should not think that you are indispensable like Mugabe. We have noticed that when we talk, we can make things happen.
Yes. So anyway, so let's go.
So we can recall you. Comrades must know that you're not recalled by a party alone. The citizen can recall you.
So I like this new model of election.
Let's make a ticket work.
Yeah, we want a dynamic ticket, a ticket that is not partisan. So we want a situation where we can have a POVO councillor, we can have a Be the Change MP, we can even have a ZANU-PF for MDC presidency. We want a dynamic ticket.
Let's pick a different constituency, all right?
Let's say
Kukuadzana,
yeah.
right? Kukuadzana, obviously, they're angling. There is going to be towards their old MP as president. You want somebody different. So
Nelson Chamisa president, then
you are an MP, it transforms Zimbabwe or whatever.
Be a councillor, and then councillor be the whatever. MP.
No, their councillor can't belong to the alliance. Their councillor has to belong to POVO.
No, but then alliance is a makeup of different parties.
But then again, it's makeup parties of people who are also in the same group.
Same party, yeah.
So to me, that's towing the party line. Because after elections, I definitely see Tendai Biti going back and losing his orange and taking up the red. So all I'm saying is that let's make working tickets, which means let's also start interrogating these people one by one.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let's not interrogate MDC never and Saka. They bus people. We might be shocked. It takes people from the rural areas to come into the city. Then we think, shit. But when you disperse them, it's 3 from that corner, 3 from that corner, 3. They know how to put them together.
Yeah.
The busing method works to give an impression.
You know how to mobilize.
You know what I mean? It works to give an impression. Anyway, what are people saying?
People saying a lot. Anyway, listen. Generation stupid. Generation stupid. Me, I'm not sure yet, but I want to talk about generation stupid before we go to the comments.
Okay.
I find it ridiculous and retardant to go onto radio this morning and hear Carl Joshua Ncube slaughter and ridicule POVO. And then you go on Andanko Blazongu, Patson Zamara. And he is slaughtering and talking trash about POVO. And I find it ridiculous because some of these gentlemen, maybe not Patson on principle, but some of these gentlemen are the give ED a chance chorus singers. Now, ED has been in power for 37 years. He's been at the helm of some pretty atrocious shit as far as Gukura Hundi and Muramba Trina. The nigga was there. Farm invasions, the nigga was there, right? Mm-hmm. But then Carl wanted to give him a chance. Let's work with this guy. Let's see what he does. Let's give him an opportunity. Why then is it that POVO is 19 fucking hours long? Like it launched yesterday at 4 sharp. Okay. It's already fuck these motherfuckers.
Can I pick up nuggets?
The day, what? It's like,
can I pick up nuggets? It is hateful.
It's generation stupid.
Our generation is like that. We're trolls better than we are builders. Right?
Yeah, we're trolling. But there's no advice. There's no, what can these guys do better? There's no actual acknowledgement. You know what? To even achieve what they did yesterday is historic because in Zimbabwe it's impossible, Kudara. So this is the first time we've seen young people put on some cool shirts, unite together. You know, we've seen it with Fadzai as a single person, but as a unit of people doing that, bringing people together in a nice environment, safe environment, launching something, no police harassment. And, you know, yes, we didn't get to speak to them. Yes, they didn't have printed manifesto. All these things are true, but at least here's how I feel they can improve. Here's what I need. Let's invite them on for an interview tomorrow morning to see. Let's call their spokesman. Ask them, what are your plans?
Okay, so I want to pick up nuggets from criticism because I always say criticism is critical analysis. There's some rubbish in it, but then let's pick out the nice things out of it. Yeah. Carl then highlighted something that POVO needs to be aware of, or even any other independent candidate that feels this is a force to reckon with. Is that people need to stop telling us about the potholes that we see. We want them fixed. We all know that. Maybe let's start talking about how do we intend on doing that. Right. Remember we had a conversation the one time where I was talking about when you want to get into council and you want to talk about how you're going to improve the water situation. You must not be scared to say we are willing to find someone to buy the debt of the citizens who haven't paid their bills every day, so that we're able to deliver services and inspire the citizen to what?
Yeah.
To pay their bills.
Yes.
Because I know kuda kwashe even month end kana ndakutaura kuti ande kunobhadhira water bill, but akunogara kusina mvura.
Yes.
Kunogara kusina mvura. So we need somebody to first buy the debt of the citizen, then deliver the service so that the citizen can be inspired not only to pay their debt, but to pay for the services that are delivered. Because as citizens, we are not participating in making sure that our services are delivered for us. We're not paying, right? So the how-to is then saying we are going to be the bridge and say we're going to take up that debt.
Okay, so
taking up that debt means that financial institutions need to buy in. You know what I mean? Like there's more exploring. So for all candidates, your how-to must come out.
No, but the thing is, yesterday, it's a nomenclature of a ragtag independent councillors. You almost have no way of saying how, because each constituency has different issues. Rasta Marshall's constituency has got a different issue. Van Montplais's constituency, the reason why we know that constituency is because that's the constituency we're working in.
Yeah.
Right? So it's almost as if yesterday was a chance to show people. Kuda, you know what?
Tiripo. I'm not worried about that.
Then probing how now is something that they have now time to do. I think Carl was just being he was being a hater.
No, but then
it's the
why I'm saying I'm picking out the nuggets and looking forward. There's absolutely fucking nothing that we can do. The event is done.
Yes.
Auntie, all I don't want is, I'll say this from a point of privilege, I don't want Henry calling and saying people are trolling. No. Learn to pick out the things that people are saying for your own improvement. Not all criticism, not all questions are trolling. People are confused. Can you help us with some answers? Whilst there are people who are clapping hands, which we are, also answer the questions of the what, the how, the when. Because people want to know that. Right? So yes, they didn't have a manifesto. So in the next 21 days, are you guys going to give us a manifesto? Yes, we're going to give you a manifesto. Our manifesto will be focused on the house because we feel like the citizenry of Harare is clear on what the problem is. Whilst we may highlight the problem, we're very happy to do so. I listened to Pastor E's speech yesterday. He spoke about the preservation of wetlands and how it is important for what? For them to preserve it for the ecosystem. Yes. Right? But Pastor E also is not addressing the fact that in the next 10 years, our population is going to be drastically increased. Where do we put these people? Auntie, he has to talk about, we want to engage the best of city planners to make sure that our city goes up instead of expanding.
Right.
That's how you preserve what? Your wetlands. Yes. In areas where there's land to build, it's good. This is how you develop. But he spoke about it. The problem here but I'm not, as if we all don't also process as a citizen. How do I contribute to helping Pastor E or to helping Dudu in Mount Pleasant or in Ward 7 in Avondale, making things better? Huh? Right. How does my councillor deal with the fact that Ansisina Magen been ku Avondale? And to me, it's all just economic politics and it's got nothing to do with my service. Because Ndoda wa Magembina, I hate going to Borodale Brook to have lunch with my friend. Ndoda wa ku Avondale, because it's like our mid meeting point.
Right.
Right? So our councillor must be able to also interact with those things.
Why are we missing each other here, babe? Because we're saying the same thing.
We're agreeing. All I'm saying, we're saying it for the audience to say, in our stupidness, let's also learn to pick up the things. For me, I'm addressing POVO. After your launch, what are the things that you need to focus on? Don't hide your other candidates. Pastor E, in his, I don't want to be a leader, let us all be leaders, must be able to let the other councillors go to Capitalk. Must be able to let if your message is as clear as EFF going into parliament and say, oh, Baba got to do Zane stole money. Everyone must be able to say, Baba got to do Zane stole money. Right? Let not be Julius Malema be the only one going, Baba got to do Zane, or Mbuisen Ndlozi saying that. Let's hear other people speak. Let's have POVO being represented by, what's her name? Magumi Sachik.
Yeah.
Who's supposed to be a councillor, be able to go on Capitalk, because actually use Capitalk more than anything because that's a Harare station.
Yes, I agree.
Right? So go there and be the one to talk and Pastor E.B. upset.
Okay, but Generation Stupid needs to learn this. Generation Stupid, please. there was time for us to be horrible. There's time for us to interrogate. But I really, really don't believe in my heart of hearts, babe, that there was necessity to troll them for yesterday's event. Because yesterday was exactly what it was supposed to be. It was theater in the park.
Okay. So can we troll that the launch was a launch? It had missing components.
But it was a launch.
It was a launch.
It did well. They spent money on it. We were comfortable. We felt safe. You know, yes, we didn't have snacks, but not many did have that. You know, it was a good launch.
Okay.
And I feel that our generation seems to, for example, when Nelson Chamisa calls people out, they stand in the rain without umbrellas, without tents. They stand in the dust. They're not given clean toilets. Yesterday we had
there were toilets. I noticed that.
There were clean toilets.
The portable toilets were there. Well done.
So
sanitation, everything.
There was a lady doing fucking sign language. How awesome is that, babe? You know, because that's what we've been doing in Mount Pleasant constituency, making sure our communications are in Braille. We got flyers in Braille. We got communications in sign language. And yesterday they had a whole person standing on the stage doing sign language. And I thought this is wonderful because now we're really being inclusive. Yeah. We're really trying to make sure there was some.
We're not celebrating disabled people on World Recognition Day for Disability.
You know, there are people standing at the entrance in case someone wanted to come in with a wheelchair.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing to me showed Kutinoga, this is a new type of politics.
Okay.
Because it's a new type of politics, at least let's say now we can interrogate their plans. But guys, let's be righteous, huh? Let's interrogate their plans in the cities, in the wards that they are running.
Yeah.
Let's not go on the internet and say, because
they are not ZANU-PF, they are not MDC, they are not looking for a national
job. I say, toilets were clean, people had somewhere to sit, you know, there was some lacquer music, the sound was beautiful and clear, everybody
It was also inclusive. You saw people like Nkosana Moyo coming.
Moyo came. I was there in the Be the Change outfit.
We actually wore a regalia and it wasn't a sign of
disrespect.
But it was like, you know what?
So that's why I'm saying
we're playing on the same playing field.
The generation stupid to me because what don't go shora.
Include our friend. Include him.
Lumumba was being a bastard on live. Lumumba was being a horrible. In fact, he's here right now. Lumumba was bastard online.
Why is it fucking sign language? Say that in sign language. We want tea party in sign language too.
Fuck you, man.
Lumumba.
Anyway, all I'm saying is that yesterday I saw this morning is an opportunity for us as a generation to wake up and be proud of something. Be proud that our generation has done something that cool. Now I understand why Lumumba is salty. Obviously, Viva. You know, you are vice president.
I still claim that POVO is nothing like Viva.
You guys failed dismally with Viva.
No, we didn't.
That's why you guys are trolling. That's why
didn't.
Your leader Lumumba is trolling.
No, you know what? Can we also agree that Lumumba had a vision? It
was too soon.
Yes, but then let's not act like his criticism of things is based on the fact that he failed. To some extent, he sounds jealous. He may be jealous, but it's got nothing to do with his failure. If anything, Lumumba must be happy that 1635 generation is coming together, just that It's not inclusive of him.
No, but he doesn't want to be included. He wants to be. He said he's out of politics.
Exactly. So he must stop being jealous and start clapping hands. Huh? And also be proud and not say that I started it. It's fine if you're not in part of it. But that was his vision with 1635 generation, was it not?
Yes, it was.
Thank you.
So, but anyway, I'm just saying we had an opportunity as a generation to just be happy. I think we woke up to Carl being very negative. I think Lulu was trolling. You know, there's a lot
of people who are easy to do negative things.
Politics and Beyond group was trolling.
No, us were qualified trolls.
Analysts.
No, trolls. We analyze things, we troll you, we like you, and then we troll you again. Standard.
I'm jealous. I wish I had
nice child. Get out of here, nigga. You know what? Let's just say their outfit was well coordinated.
I love their outfits.
I liked it.
It was beautiful.
Blue jeans and chinos and everything. I like orderly people. You know, vakarongeka. Ngatimbotaure none appetite behavior ye POVO guys.
Okay, so Papa Nega Ningrini. Papa ne ka elitism, all right.
Ka apiti.
Ka hoing.
Madeo. These comrades must. It's very necessary. I think. Well, let me clarify my position.
Masi, it's not trolling. Is not when you disagree. Huh? Trolling is when you. If you go through my
the live yesterday,
you see Lumumba was literally just like anything and everything. Like he was now just
the MC annoying MC mabrugwa.
You know, it's like jokes upon jokes, just trolling and being ridiculing the event. So I think it was all in good jest anyway. I don't think
he was just being funny.
I don't think he was being mean. I think he was just trolling. There was a lot of churungira yesterday. Now, when we launched Be the Change, I'm going to use it as a parent.
Oh yeah, I wanted to actually say that
we had eats and crumpets and wines and cheeses.
It was my deal. I was exclusively invited.
We had T-shirts with the really expensive faithwear tees with
mass production.
But we learned quickly.
Yeah.
Because when we started going out in the field, nobody knew anything about Fadzai from Facebook. No one knew anything about Fadzai from Twitter.
You had to start afresh.
We started from scratch. From absolute scratch.
Not only that.
The thing is, if you talk to the ladies about Fadzai as being this uppity chick, they've never seen Fadzai in real life with a weave. They see Fadzai with the
dreadlocks.
And I don't see Sfadzi, and Sfadzi to them speaks only in
Shona.
Yeah, but she speaks to them only in Shona because otherwise the structures don't respect her. It reminds them too much of the people they work for sometimes.
And Zim politics, it's elite. Zim politics, it's elite in its ghetto-ness. Lack of a better word, I say ghetto. You need to not look uppity, not sound uppity, even if you're uppity. Worst example ever. If you took Xavier Kaskwere and put him amongst his people, why mushaya mkomana uyawe kuti he's got a 60-bedroom house in fucking Glenlawn?
Yeah.
Why mushaya kuti ndibaba and Natasha and they do the nice things and yeah, why vashaya? Because they would go back to the roots. So whilst Zim politics is elite, the people must not see you uppity. And it's something that's important for POVO to look into, restructure, redress, and connect.
Of course. But this is the beautiful thing I know about the POVO team that's there right now. It's like they started yesterday. They are going to adapt quickly.
Yeah.
They're going to learn fast. They're very creative. They're very young. They've got some good people on their team. People like Taffy, that Chera, who's handling the social media. There's a lot of good guys. And I've got knowing the kind of work people like Taffy and them do in corporate Zimbabwe,
yeah,
I'm confident
that when they get into the political space,
they'll be fine, right? So I'm not going to start trolling them and shouting at them and say you failed this and this because they started 19 hours ago, for God's sake. I remember being called
a troll,
a Tory by Kuda when I used to point out elitism for Fazi. A Tory or a troll?
Well, you know what Masi is saying. Stop being that person. You know what, Masi? Kuda is one of those people. His cognitive dissonance also kicks in when you guys start attacking Fadzai. He doesn't like it. Even when I do it at home, I'm called a troll. Don't worry. But then anyway, it happens. Sometimes. No,
I think. But thing is, I want to agree. Fadzai acts very elite online at times, but I want the people listening and the people who watch the online presence to remember that the online presentations, the stuff I put online for Fadzai has got a specific benefit and a specific role. Is to show people who have donated their hard-earned money where their money is going.
Yeah.
Right? But what I can't show you guys is that every single day Chef Bay has to get in a t-shirt and meet somebody. Or I have to go and do a ward meeting or Excel meeting. I mean, we can't show you everything that Fadzai has to do.
Yeah, when she's not in a big event, when she has to go meet those 5 guys corner because Vapeds are gardening. Yeah.
When you're standing in the corner in Vainona in the middle of the night, you can't show that kind of stuff. And that's not the behavior of an elite person. She's never ever disagreed to come out and do the work that she demanded of her as an aspirant candidate in our team, in our area.
Maybe so also that's also our pulse check. It's very necessary for us to show those things, plus the elitist things that come out. Also, guys.
No, we do. Like, for example, on Fadzai's page right now, and we should stop talking about Fadzai because
yeah.
But on Fadzai's page right now, we've put up all the women who have been benefiting from the Mkando project. 1,000 views, 2,000 views maximum. It doesn't have the same amount of hit rate as when Fadzai says, "Please, my students, say for my year ones, don't call me by Fadzai because it's good koro."
I maintain
no, please, can we not direct? I'm just saying that day will get 1 million comments and views.
Yeah.
But then when we show the women's league, when we show the football tournaments, when we show the Kurima Kokanaka, when we show all the real stuff that we're doing in MP, these niggas don't come and they don't comment. That's the problem.
Because we're not troll.
So anyway, let's go back to what would you do as POVO going forward?
Also, we've spoken about their manifesto must very much deal with the how to and not the problem. It's okay to sign like we've got potholes, we've got unclean water, blah, 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 service delivery. I think we all see that. They must dwell a lot, even in their messaging. Their messaging must structure a lot of how will we do this and why is it necessary for you to vote for us, you know?
Right.
Also, take people's criticism. Don't shy away. I know they've got their own social media managers and whatever. When somebody says something or when somebody asks a question, be prompt to respond. And respond with a very clean, communicative answer that addresses again or that brings your message on. It's not a troll when it's a question. It's not a troll when it's a suggestion. And even when it's criticism from Carl, pick out the diamonds in it.
Oh, Larry's listening. What up, Mr. Larry? Congratulations on your award, QuittyCast. I think I've listened to 200 of your damn QuittyCast. You're an awesome dude.
Yeah. Anyway, going back to POVO.
Yes.
Right. And what else? What else was my?
Okay, so me.
Also, guys. Don't listen a lot on social media. Does not have voters, guys.
Okay, so let me break down.
Guys,
you went to pick up the boy during the middle of the POVO.
Yeah.
Years, huh? So their headline guest of honor was a brother named Boniface Mwangi. Now he's from the Ukweli party. Now
in Kenya.
Now we call the Ukweli party our distant cousins because they're the yellow party from Kenya, the youth yellow party from Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at Fadzai's branding, the yellow campaign, right, and then you look at Boniface's, there's a lot of similarities as far as the yellow base color. They were yellow and green.
Okay.
Fadzai's yellow and blue. Right?
Okay.
So the MC then goes, "We would like to introduce our next special guest. Is flown in from Kenya. His name is Boniface Mwangi. He ran for MP in Kenya. He was one of the leaders of the youth party, and
he has 1 million followers on Twitter.
So Boniface Mwangi then comes on stage, right? Now listen to this, guy. Even though Boniface Mwangi has 1 million followers on Twitter and 1 million followers on Facebook, he came third in the election in Kenya. That's when my heart broke. When he said he has 1 million followers on Twitter, my heart literally broke. Because I thought, shit, guys. You see, Pastor E's stardom is social media. He came out on social media. But Pastor E does not even have a tenth
of his followership.
Of Boniface Mwangi's followership. You understand?
Yeah.
Fadzai Mahere does not even have a tenth of Boniface Mwangi's followership. You understand?
Yeah.
So this is, and when you look at Boniface's campaign, we're talking motorbikes that were yellow, like all the vendors had yellow apparel, like he must have got tons of money. Jesus Christ. The lesson from Boniface Mwangi is this, ladies and gentlemen, as we are running these campaigns of these young candidates. My likes, nema internet, ano nye pa.
Yeah, you must always be conscious. Whilst people on the internet have a lot to say, there's things to take note of. Vano vota, most of them don't play by internet.
And I tell you what,
by internet.
And the reason why
there's a few like Anna Dirk.
But not Dirk.
But Dirk is not white.
Well, Dirk is not actually he's not very tech even. Like Dirk would battle again, but he's not into that shit. Like Dirk is a ground guy.
Yeah.
He's a ground man.
Yeah.
So even personally, I now know that I can be as outrageous as I want online. I can say the worst things on Twitter and Facebook. And all the young pastors in my neighborhood in Mount Pleasant who I lead cells for,
they still see us the Reverend Son.
And the thing is, they've never seen it. And even sometimes when I try to play them tea time, to them they could not cognitively understand what I was doing. It looked like I took my phone, held it in front of myself, talked some rubbish, and then left. To them, they don't understand any of that energy. That whole internet energy is past.
The voter understands action. The voter understands you coming to them. The voter understands a lot of interaction with them on a personal level than being on the internet. So anyone who has whilst social media is nice, social media no furira. Kunge isusu tikati nasi trukuitawo tea party live and we're meeting at a spot to have tea. I think there's only 2 people that will show up, me and you. You know, but
well, it's true. I mean, we should try it one day and say we're gonna do like a pulse check tea time at Alliance Francaise at 7 p.m. Come in. It's gonna be free entry. Free entry. Drinks on
tea.
Us. Tea on us. And you'll see 5 people coming. But then my inbox will be blowing up. When are you guys going live?
Why didn't you mention these things?
You see what I'm saying?
So yeah, POVO. Internet is a good tool, but do not depend on the statistics of the internet.
Yes.
Because matigari avoti ku constituents or ku ward kwako.
And
Matigari can influence.
That's the last thing.
Your social media speaking.
I want to talk about the last
people who are supposed to be scared of the internet are people like Nelson Chamisa and Edie.
No.
All of us are in the subset.
Let me tell you
all of us are in the
let me tell you why. Because 2013, yeah, Strive Masio not only he made Twitter free at the time because there was the proliferation of the Baba Jukwa character, right?
Yeah.
Baba Jukwa was running things on the internet. People like we're talking millions of impressions per tweet, exposing ZANU PF Guans like you've never understood. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, babe. ZANU PF won by 60-something%.
Resounding win.
Because we were too busy watching the internet.
And not going to vote. And not going to show other people who are not watching the internet to watch it with you.
Now, we need to understand this. The Matigares of this. Matigare, who could easily be the Baba Jukwa character. He's a persona non-existence. And it's just a face on Twitter that talks shit. And talks...
Fact at times.
It could be factual, it could be objective, sometimes it's subjective, but what I'm saying is that what he thinks doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Matigare doesn't actually matter. When people come to my thing and say, yo, Kuda, you're an ED plant, those people don't matter. Now, I now know for a fact that I spend too much energy fighting back, right? But these days I fight back very quickly.
Done,
I say, you see,
that's a pulse check. That's a worthy pulse check.
I just swear at them because first of all, I know that even if they screenshot my swearing at them, it means nothing, right? They can screenshot me all they like. They can say this guy is swearing like you don't matter in my cipher. You're not a voter. You know what? Every single time I'm walking around and people want selfies, say, yo, Mr. Tea Time, whatever. I look at these niggas and I say, you niggas, me.
But we still like them.
We love them to pieces, but that's why I haven't done Tea Time for so long. Like I do Tea Time very rarely nowadays because I know it's beautiful to get all these views and get all these likes.
Masi, you're on point actually.
Huh? We are actually talking in bed, Masi. We haven't woken up.
So that's why we have an audio.
That's why we're on audio right now because you don't want to see my hairy chest. Anyway, let me go through some comments, guys.
And then we wrap up.
Sorry, guys, you cannot add people on audio. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Too many political formations is worrisome. Is it unemployment or just anger about the current political economic situation? 110 presidential candidates. Okay, Hope. So let me deal with you directly, Hope. The reason why there's 110 presidential candidates is that is the way a democracy must work. We want all of them to throw their ideas in the fire. Right? What happens is when you throw the ideas in the fire, is that the two who get the most votes go to what you call a runoff. Now, in countries like France and Germany and anywhere else in the living world, the runoff is always happening, right? It's not like America where there's just two dominant parties. In other countries, there's many parties. So what we need is we like that there's going to be many voters. You can vote for Noma, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Vote for that guy that we don't know. That said, I'm here at the airport to save you guys.
Vote for anyone you like. But the one with the people, the two with the people, will get into a runoff. If one of them is dominant enough, they will get 50 plus 1 vote.
Yes.
50% plus 1 vote, and they are rightfully
the leader
of Zimbabwe presidential. That's it. So we don't mind 110 presidential candidates.
However,
what?
That only applies to the presidential race. Council, the one with the most votes wins.
It's called first past
the post. So it now requires us as a generation, especially for people who are fighting in the same spaces. If really you are moved to remove ZANU-PF, and I don't mind if ZANU-PF puts young people in generational consensus in Nengeyaita say, at least we can fight each other based on what? Equal strengths. Right? But we now need to be able to be sure that if you want to take ZANU-PF out in actually the spaces that matter, which is parliament and council, you may need to what? To bring your efforts together.
So
bring your efforts together.
Saying that, right? If Matipe Zakarase is working the ground in Ward 6, and then Henry Mandanga Tire starts working the ground in Ward 8, huh?
Yeah.
If they both start working that ground, then both of them are going to lose.
Yeah, they're going to be number 2 and 3.
Yeah, they're fighting for number 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Okay. If Fadzaima area right now is standing in Mount Pleasant, and they give us Timber, we're quite happy with Timber because he's an old guy. He won't pass the general mandate.
But they will both lose.
No, I don't think. She can't lose against.
No,
No. She will lose if they give us a younger candidate. If they throw Maureen in Mount Pleasant,
then
we're in trouble.
Almost.
Put Maureen, Pasadi, and Fadzai in Mount Pleasant. Pasadi wins because Maureen and Fadzai will take the same.
Yeah, they'll pull the same
crowd.
Demographic and
And Pasadi, remember, Pasadi is 35 years old, guys.
Oh, he looks old.
He looks old, but he's a young guy. So basically, what you almost want is you actually want an alliance of possible winners, not an alliance with losers like Jacob Ngavumi. Those niggas can't win anything. You want to find the people who can win. You want Fadzaima Here to be in the alliance. You want a Van Moire because he can win.
He can win,
right? You don't want these other niggas who say Ndane party on Dakudao. You know, these types.
Okay, also generations should be ndandakangano. Boys kana kune we always talk about the rural vote, chini ka. Here is another one. The Christian vote. I don't care what you say. If the pastor comes to church and says in the morning prayer session, we are praying for POVO, and then he comes again tomorrow and there's cell meeting, and part of your cell jurisdiction is to pray for POVO to win. And on Thursday, when there's divorce counseling, they say POVO prayer. There's marriage counseling on Friday, they say POVO. All night, they pray for POVO. Youth meeting, they pray for POVO. And on Sunday, during the main service, they pray for POVO. My niggas, those niggas are going to vote for POVO. Don't make that mistake of thinking that the Christian vote does not matter. Most people command large numbers of people. All they need to say.
But I'm not surviving.
Okay.
But I understand why
don't
POVO,
lose. Don't lose me. Don't lose.
No, but I understand why POVO they needed to do the prayers and stuff. It's important that you say.
No, it's also for their fundamental beliefs as individuals. All of those POVO people are Christians.
There's pastors on stage. I'm not doing a pastor.
Yeah.
So
they are Christians.
So let's not underestimate the power of the Christian vote.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Endom Nangatira, how you doing? We were just talking about you. If you rewind this episode later, we had a whole 15 minutes
on you. But anyway.
But salute you. I was telling just now that you're here, we were saying that, Henry is you're one of the unsung heroes of some of the big movements like this flag. You know, you're the person who brings a lot of people together and who are actually saying, if POVO is to credit anyone to be the founder, we have to say Henry Mnangatire has to be one of the
main founders.
Of this flag and of POVO. I mean, you're a very important instrumental person and a comrade. So
Dirk. Jesus sauce is like Mbeu in the rural area, my nigga. You sell Jesus, you win the vote. You sell Mbeu, you win the vote. Let's not lie to each other. I like people who are very objective about this whole Jesus thing. But like I said again, Christians who have had the Jesus effect work for them, like me, I'm a vote with the church guys, okay? Just say.
And as an atheist, I'm still going to vote with the Christians because they're easier devil to deal with.
Exactly. He married a Christian, yeah? It happens. So yeah, anyway, well done to POVO. Stop listening to people on the internet. We are not your friends. Guaranteed awesome. This is the only time where we can troll you guys, bully you guys, and nobody beats us back. You know? So don't listen too much to the internet. Let your message be clear. Keep on hitting consistent. It's better to strike consistently than to strike hard.
Okay, I've got one more point, sorry, before we go. There are people like Marcy, who I've now got to know over the year. We've talked and she's joined our shows and whatever. And she genuinely has well thought out points. She genuinely contributes to the discourse of conversations.
She wants a better Zimbabwe.
And I would love, so that's someone I would love in a parliament or a council situation because she thinks things through. So when she types something, I genuinely read it and understand it, right? Then there's the alternative type of character. The troll who, there's also those those niggas who, number one, they want good looking, my baby. Number two, madara keshi. Number three, they're very low achievers, So the guy he goes to university, but he's got bad breath and doesn't wear the nice shoes. That nigga is the one behind the keyboard who's trolling me because he hates the fact that I'm a fat nigga with swag, you know what I'm saying? He hates the fact that I'm banging the beautiful Chef Bay type thing. They're those fuck ass niggas. And those I'm saying, because when they meet me on the street, my nigga, first of all, with one punch I can kill them, and second of all,
they like to greet.
They want a selfie. They ask for selfies. These niggas. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining us.
Anyway, that was our pulse check. Let's not be stupid. Whilst things that look nice, let's appreciate what other people are doing. Let's also be able to let our diamonds be seen in our criticism.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And let's also find time to be positive about generations. You cannot say let's give ED a chance after 37 years and the amount of people he shot in the head. And then you can't give your own generation even a day to celebrate. We are
give them 24 hours to celebrate.
24 hours at least, my guy.
And also, guys, some of people will need to step up. These people are going to die. There's a year where they're all just going to go, all of them, Kawan. Like they will all just go. And if we don't have a hang of how these things work, we are in shit.
Agreed.
It's shit. I'm whenever and I'm swing. Anyway.
Thank you guys
for listening.
This is Impulse Check number what?
I think 3 or 4.
Number 3.
Yeah.
This is the time when we do that real talk.
Where we check ourselves and check you.
We check ourselves. Dirk says I should rein in my testosterone. I'm just saying, Dirk.
I got that. Don't worry.
Chef Bay keeping that testosterone level down all the time. Don't worry about me. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back with Tea Time. I want to give you my own personal look at some of the things that are going on with the independent candidates. Why I think they're a beautiful idea. The people that I'm looking at and hoping are going to rise up to the occasion coming up. We're going to talk a lot about the Chamisa Chete phenomenon that's happening right now, the generational contestants hashtag that's going around with, Brother Mlambo and Ostralos and those guys. We need to talk. There's a lot of things we need to talk about, guys, because the whole notion that Zimbabwe is a partisan country is the thing that we really want to change. We want to stop this top up and down voting. We want to now get people to vote for competence.
And be able to fire them if they are not.
Yes, and fire them for not. So we want to talk about competence in Zimbabwe. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Pulse Check with Chef Bay. Thank you for having me on your show, mommy.
Mwah.
Oh, you're beautiful.
Bye, guys.
Bye.